Hey all, I'm Kara Perez, founder of Bravely Go, and today we are talking about sustainable living tips that will save you more money. Save more money is always Americans' top New Year's resolution. And in my mind, it's so clear the link between sustainable living and saving more money. Sustainable living is cheaper living. If you live more sustainably, you will free up more money that you can put towards your financial goals. That is facts. Tattoo that on my forehead, put that on my gravestone. That is a core belief of mine. So today I have 20 sustainable living tips that will save you more money. And as always, if you like our content, please consider becoming a patron. Our patrons get exclusive bonuses that you cannot find anywhere else on our channel, and our patrons also help keep this channel alive. So if you learn from us, if you like us, please consider supporting our all-women media team by becoming a patron at the link in the description. Tip number 1, collect your shower water to use to water your plants. Listen, this one's so easy and it will save you money in the long run. You turn on the shower, it's cold. You're like, oh, I'll let it run until it gets warm. Put a bucket under that cold water, catch that cold water, and then use that water to water your plants or to do anything else with. Don't just let it run down the drain. This means that you are using water that you're paying for, because when you just let the shower run, that is dollars flowing out of the shower head and disappearing down the drain. You got to pay for that money. So you may as well use it on something like watering those plants that help keep your home amazing and keep you happy. Tip number 2, turn empty containers into candles. Okay, I wish that I had one of my candles with me here. I don't, because I'm filming at my aunt's house, but I like to turn the little wee yogurt jars into candles. The wee yogurt come in these gorgeous glass jars and they make incredible candles. They really, really do. And so repurposing that jar that you've paid for and turning it into something that you can use again and again and again will save you money. Now you don't got to buy no candles. Tip number 3, remove saved credit card info online. Reducing consumption is sustainable, and deleting your saved credit card information from Amazon, from Depop, from wherever is going to save you money. Just putting that little step of difficulty between you and being able to purchase is going to save you money, and reducing your overall consumption is super sustainable. We make 100 billion new pieces of clothing per year. That's too many clothes, okay? It's simply too many clothes. It's using too many resources. Shopping secondhand and reducing how much you shop in general is a sustainable choice that will save you money. Tip number 4 is to buy bar soap. Buying bar soap reduces the amount of plastic. So every time you're buying body wash or every time you're buying shampoo, that comes in a plastic container, right? If you buy bar soap, it comes in usually cardboard boxes that you can recycle, and it means less plastic out in the world. Bar soap also tends to be cheaper, and you can get a pack of like 5 or 6 as opposed to just one bottle of body wash. Piggybacking off of that, tip number 5 is to buy bar shampoo and conditioner instead of buying in plastic bottles. This is my conditioner. This is my conditioner. It is not in a plastic bottle. It is a bar that came in a reusable cloth bag with the shampoo. And what I do is I just rub this on my head when I wash my hair. So I'm reducing my plastic consumption. I am still cleaning my hair. And this is from a company called Vita Bars. This is not sponsored, but it is Latina owned, which is really important to me as a Latina. And also the lack of plastic. Cannot stress enough how garbage plastic really is for our planet and ourselves. Microplastics are real, baby, and we are ingesting them. So reducing your plastic is being more sustainable. Tip number 7, host events in public places. I love public places. Third places like parks and libraries, those are my jam. And ever since I moved to North Carolina and I have been trying to make new friends, I have been hosting regular events in public places. So hosting an event in a public place like a park or a library, you don't need to pay for the space and there's no built-in cost. Versus when you go to a restaurant or something, there's a built-in cost. You need to buy food, you need to buy a drink, you need to patronize the restaurant, which I totally get and respect because I was a waitress for about 3 years and you should always tip. And I love going out to eat, but I don't always want to spend $50, $60 when I'm just trying to see people or make new friends. So hosting events in public places, I've done book swaps, I've done picnics, I have done walks in groups, and all of that has helped me build community at a $0 cost. Number 8, shop secondhand clothes. This is a classic for a reason, and I sit here in front of you in jeans I got at the thrift store. I believe these were $16, I want to say, and a shirt that I got 100% for free from a clothing swap. So you can look cute and fashionable on the cheap. Like I mentioned earlier, we make 100 billion new pieces of clothing per year. That is deeply unsustainable for our planet. And so shopping secondhand is going to save you money while also reducing the overall demand on our planet's resources. Number 9, use secondhand marketplaces for home decor. I love Facebook Marketplace. I know that Facebook in general, or Meta, is, kind of the devil, and I don't really like Mark Zuckerberg. I don't want to hang out with Mark Zuckerberg. However, Facebook Marketplace is popping off. That is where I have gotten everything from my coffee table to bookcases to different lamps in my house. All of it is secondhand. Again, we're reducing the need for new stuff to be made. We're reducing the demand on our planet's resources, and we're also saving money. And let's face it, y'all, in 2023, when everything was super expensive, and here we are in 2024, things are still super expensive, shopping secondhand not only saves you money, but a lot of people are putting nice things on the secondhand market because they are trying to make some money back. Okay, people are like, shit is expensive. I would really like to make some money back. Let me try and sell this. I myself sold a camera. I spent like $550 on it originally. I sold it for $250 on Facebook Marketplace. So I got back a nice chunk of change, and I'm really pleased with that. Number 10, hang dry your clothes instead of using the dryer. This one is another classic. The less you run your dryer, the less electricity you use, the fewer resources you use. And a lot of our clothes are actually not meant to be tossed in a dryer on high heat for 60 to 90 minutes at a time. Like if you actually read the tag on a lot of your clothes, it says lay flat to dry. Laying your clothes flat to dry or hang drying them helps them keep their shape, and it helps them stay in nice shape for longer. You're gonna see less pilling, you're gonna see fewer tears, less shrinkage, and so you can spend less money on clothes in the long run because you're taking care of the clothes that you have in the short term. Number 11, prep food to avoid food waste. When you get home from the grocery store is the most critical time to avoid food waste. I'm like leaning in, I'm like, listen guys, listen to what I'm saying. When you get home and you're putting your food away, the way that you put your food away matters. So for example, you buy a bag of carrots. You're probably just thinking, oh, I'll just shove them in the crisper and that's where they'll live forever. What I want you to do is when you get home, chop up your veggies like your celery and your carrots, stick them in water. They're gonna stay fresher for so much longer. Other produce like bell peppers, you're gonna wanna make sure they're completely dry, stick them in a plastic bag, and then put those in the crisper, and that will make them stay fresher longer. So you're reducing the chance that your food is gonna rot before you get to it, which means you're actually gonna eat everything that you bought. Food waste is a huge problem in the United States, and since groceries are expensive as hell and we all gotta eat, food costs in our budget matter a lot. If you can reduce your food waste, you will reduce the amount of money that you need to spend on groceries overall. And the fewer pounds of food that get sent to the landfill, the more sustainable you are being. Food waste is really bad for the planet. Tip number 12, get your green energy credits from your local government. Here in the United States, we have town or city governments, then we have state governments, and then we have our federal government. And there are things called rebates at pretty much every single level of governments. And a rebate is basically when you opt into a specific program, or if you meet specific requirements for something, you will get money back. And so a lot of cities and a lot of states have green energy credits. So check with your local municipality and see, hey, if I put solar panels on my house, will I get a state or city rebate back? Do I get a local energy credit if I use wind energy instead of oil and gas? When I lived in Austin, Texas, we got a green energy rebate for using windmill energy from the city of Austin. It was awesome, and I miss it every day because I do not get that same rebate in North Carolina, which is a bummer. But check with your local ordinances, check with your city, with your state, and see if you have any green energy credits that you are eligible for, because that will save you money and it will help the planet. Number 13, stop buying plastic water bottles. Y'all, I know you've heard it before. You'll hear it again. Stop buying plastic water bottles. Get a reusable water bottle. But that's for a good reason. Plastic water bottles are garbage. Around 80% of plastic water bottles made each year end up in landfills, and they take about 450 years to decompose. So those plastic water bottles are outliving literally everyone on the planet, and also your kids, and also your grandkids. And while I understand that some people may need to use a water bottle, or there may be like a situation where you use one plastic water bottle every 6 months, what I really want you to focus on is cutting down on the daily use. So instead of buying a 20 pack of, Poland Springs at Costco, get a reusable water bottle. You can get one at a secondhand store. Goodwill is full of reusable water bottles if you want one on the cheap, and use that on the daily. You can get a filter if you want filtered water out of your tap. I just drink the tap water wherever I am because I think it's fine, but if you're a little bit more bougie than me, get a filter, drink that tap water, fill up your reusable water bottle before you leave the house, save the planet, save yourself money. Number 14, reuse glass jars for food storage. If you're buying things like pickles or pasta sauce at the grocery store, they are probably coming in a glass jar, and you can reuse that glass jar as food storage. So you don't need to run out and buy plastic containers to put your food in, or even glass containers to put your food in, because you already have it. You've already bought it. So you're saving yourself that money, and you're keeping this out of landfill. I put everything in my pickle jars. My cabinets at home are full of pickle jars, and I will share photos of this on Instagram, so find us on Instagram at We Bravely Go. But pasta sauce jars I drink out of, those are my glasses, and pickle jars are my food storage jars. I put my tofu in there, I put my veggies in there. And calling back to our earlier tip, if you're gonna be chopping up your veggies and putting them in water, a glass jar is the perfect place for them because it stands up, it's vertical. It doesn't have to lie down and take up space in your fridge. So if you're like, girl, you're getting real evangelical about this, yes, I am. I love glass jars, okay? I love them deeply, and they are super, super sustainable ways for you to get really awesome food storage. Number 15, house clothes versus outside clothes. Okay, I have clothes that I wear outside of the house, and then when I get home, I change outfits into my home clothes. This is one of my inside the house shirts. It's just a giant tie-dye shirt that was a gift from one of my uncles. Shout out my Uncle Dave. And I love it because it's really loose fitting, and when I'm home I want to be really comfortable, and I just put this bad boy on, and it means that I have tops like this that I wear outside of the house for shorter periods of time. So I'll wear this when I'm going to go out to dinner or get a drink or something, and then I come home and I'll change. And that means that I don't always have to wash my outside clothes as often. If I only wore them for an hour or two, they're not exactly dirty. I can wear them again the next day when I'm going to go for a walk with a friend or something. And my inside clothes help protect my outside clothes and help my outside clothes last longer. So I'm saving money in the long run. Number 16, meal prep convenience foods or have a convenience food ready. Not ordering out as much means creating less waste, okay? We all know that delivery or to-go orders come in those plastic containers, or they come in paper containers that you throw out. They can't really be composted, they can't really be recycled, it's all just going to landfill. So meal prepping convenience food is my middle name. You know what I always have in my house? Frozen pizza and frozen tater tots. Why? Because my partner loves frozen pizza and I love tater tots. And so that way we don't need to DoorDash $17 tater tots. I can pay $5 for a 3-pound bag of tater tots and just leave them in my freezer, and anytime I want 10 tots, I can go have those tots. And that is so nice, and it saves me money and it creates less waste. Number 17, try a no-car day once a week. Okay, I know this is challenging, and if you live in a rural area, I don't expect you to do this because I know The US struggles with public transportation, and if you live 20 miles from the nearest store, I do not expect you to walk there. But if you're a city girly like me, know that you have options besides your car. My city does not have great public transportation, but it does have a bus system. I own a bike, and I live in a fairly walkable place, though I would say in general my city is not very walkable. However, having a no-car day, one day a week, is very feasible for most of us. It might require a little more planning, but if you can bike to your friend's house, or you can bike to work, or you can have it be a weekend day where you just walk around your neighborhood, that can be a fantastic way to save you money. You don't have to put as much into gas, you save wear and tear on your car, and you're putting fewer emissions out into the world. Number 18, ask for hand-me-down clothes. Like I've already said, I am literally wearing a top that I got at a clothing swap. That means I'm wearing a hand-me-down. One of my friends bought this top and then no longer wanted it, and I said, I like that top, and so I'm wearing someone else's old clothes. And if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't have known. So be the person that asks aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, community members, hey, are you cleaning out your closet? Can you bring those clothes by my house, or can I stop by to pick them up before you donate them or before you throw them out? I want to say 60% of my closet is other people's clothes that I have gotten from family members cleaning out their closet, or friends cleaning out their closet and wanting to do clothing swaps. Keeping clothes out of the landfill is hugely important in our sustainable living because clothes take forever to break down. And look at these incredibly upsetting images of where the clothes that we think we are donating end up. This is the Atacama Desert. It has hundreds of thousands of pounds of fast fashion sitting in the desert. These are the beaches of Ghana. These clothes are washing up on the shore, and they are ruining sea creatures' lives, and they're also ruining the beaches. And this is where all of that fast fashion that people are discarding so easily is ending up. So instead of buying something and wearing it once and then thinking, oh, I'll give it to Goodwill and someone's gonna want that, stop, think, borrow. Number 19, use the Too Good To Go app. Okay, this is not sponsored by Too Good To Go, though if anyone from Too Good To Go is watching and they want to sponsor a video, I am very open to that. The Too Good To Go app is an app you can download and that different restaurants opt into, and what they do is offer day-old food for a significantly reduced price. So you can get day-old bread, you can get day-old meals that the restaurant can no longer sell at full price, but they still make some sort of profit from, and you benefit from super reduced prices. I'm talking like 60, 70% off. This app is an amazing idea. It is super sustainable, and it means incredible killer deals for the people who use it. So shout out to Good To Go. Whoever came up with that app idea is a genius, and I love them. And finally, number 20, become a member of your Buy Nothing group. The love letter that I could write to Buy Nothing. Buy Nothing is an organization that started in 2013 that allows people to come together in a group online. You can download the app, or a lot of Buy Nothing groups exist on Facebook. So I would look up Buy Nothing and then your zip code. And what it is, it's a gifting economy. Someone will hop into the Facebook group and say, hey, I have an air fryer that I'm not using. Does anyone want it? And then you'll respond and say, yeah, I would like that. And then you go pick it up from their house for free. Paying for things is specifically against the Buy Nothing rules. You cannot offer to buy that air fryer. It has to be given freely, and it has to be accepted freely. The gifting economy is so sustainable. It like blows my mind, because what it does is an exchange of goods between someone who has excess and someone who has a need. There's no need for money to be exchanged here, and yet needs are being met. And I just love that so much. It also helps keep things out of the landfill. And when I tell you the things that I have seen on Buy Nothing groups, I've been a member of multiple Buy Nothing groups for multiple years, and let me just tell you some of the things I've seen. I have legitimately seen air fryers. I have seen those Ninja blenders. I have seen designer clothes. I'm talking I've seen literally Prada bags being given away, that someone inherited like 3 or 4 Prada bags, and she was like, I am never going to use these. I don't care who wants these. Boom, being gifted, baby. So you can find a lot of really good stuff. You're also going to find some flops. Okay, that's life. But become a member of your local Buy Nothing group and start participating in the gifting economy, and tell me it doesn't change your life. So those are my 20 sustainable living tips that will help you save money. If you have more, drop them in the comments. We definitely want to know about it. Send this video to a friend who needs help saving money in 2024. Give us the thumbs up and make sure to come back every other Monday for new videos.